That was a lot. I did not bring a mic outside, but I think you all can hear me. But hello, sunshines! I just finished cleaning the chicken coops, both of them, the chicken runs, me and my son, and it was a cloudy day. It had rained earlier, and I was like, I need to do this. Because the plants you saw me move in the beginning, yes, if you're saying you just put those plants there, you're absolutely right. We just planted up this location. But what I found, starting on the day that we had 98 degrees, all the dogwoods were wilting, burning. The lipstick plant was wilting. The hellebore, which you know I've been waiting for, was wilting. So I was like, okay, it was 98 degrees. I watered them in, and I said, okay, well, you know, they'll be okay. We don't get 98 degrees often. Well, then one day it was like 80 something, same thing. Then another day it was 70 something, same thing. I said, no, I have to move them before I lose them. So we just planted up this area, but we had to move them. So let's take a look at what we actually moved. And so what I did was the hellebore got shifted right here. So it was right over there. It got shifted. And the other thing that I need to explain is that, remember, I guess I wasn't thinking, because I extended this bed before where I had the cutoff at it, which is where that little lime hydrangea is. There was sun over there, but it was still a little shady. But when I extended it, I didn't realize how much sun was getting over there in that area. Okay, so let's talk about where we moved them again. Okay, so we moved that hellebore right here in this area. I think it'll do good. I moved the lipstick plant back here. So I think it will work out. I moved one of the dogwoods back there because the dogwood gets, 6 to 10 feet high. My fence is 6 feet high. So I'm thinking, like, even if it got 10 feet, it still has space to grow. It'll get shaded by the tree and it'll be okay. But if I can show you, like, and some of the leaves were dropping off of this, I was like, no, I don't want to lose this. So it looks great. Okay, what else did we move? We moved those three right there, and then the other dogwood, I'll get to that. The other dogwood we moved right back here, and you can see the tips of it. Let me show you the tips. See the tips? They're all burnt. It was like frying over there. So once again, my fence is 6 feet. We're also up on a hill, so if it has a lot of space to grow. It's under the canopy of my tree, and so I think it will be fine. The other thing I moved was my spirea. So this, I forgot the name of the spirea, one of those spireas, but it actually might be the same as that one over there. Anyways, this spirea, oh my gosh, look at all the crispy. It fried. I was like, what? And so every time I came outside, I was like, where am I going to move these plants? So I had already thought out where I was going to move them. For whatever reason, I just felt this spirea hugging this arbor was going to be super cute along with this clematis. So I hope that works out. So that's why, and when I moved the spirea, it was super dry. I know that when you plant stuff under the trees suck up all the water, the roots of the trees, but everything else was not as dry as this. This spirea was so dry. So I filled the hole with water. I didn't fertilize the things I moved because I had just fertilized them. If I wasn't thinking about it. And so after I watered this spirea in, I was going to call it a day. And then I said, nope, go ahead and put the plants that you were thinking about. Because like I said, I had a little time to think about where I was going to. Once I saw that happen and like them wilting and possibly dying, I had to come up with a plan. And so I had all these plants that we kind of just went over. I didn't want to move my fire chief arborvitae or my Jacob's ladder. And the Jacob's ladder is doing wonderful, even though it's over here. I'm going to keep an eye on it. But it is taking the full sun. So what did we plant up over here? So back here, we plant up the forsythia trees. They do get 10 feet tall, 10 feet wide. They will fill out this space. And that is the hope. Don't worry about back there. It will mask back there. But what I also made sure I looked up before I purchased these. I think I told you all. When I saw them on clearance, I was like, they have a ton of them. I'll come back. And when I went back, they were there. I know that you can actually go ahead and size control. So that is the plan, if need be. Then we know the fire chief arborvitae is there. We were not moving that. And then I planted up Mamie's peonies. I had 3 left, so we stuck one right there. I put one right here. And then where did we put the other one? Right here where the spirea was. So I think that'll be good. And so what I'm thinking is, like, even as I was thinking about this, I'm thinking about the blooms and how the hellebore will bloom first. And then Mamie's peony will bloom next. And then you have the columbine. They might all bloom together. And then these are primrose, so thinking about how they will bloom. And then what else did we put over here? And then I think I already said Mamie's other peony. And then I went ahead and I stuck in, these are by Proven Winter. I made sure I grabbed the tags. These are, I know they're Veronica, but what are they? They are Magic Show Pink Potion. So I had 3 of those. I'll probably come in and cut them back. I already see the new growth, but they were so root bound. Crazy root bound. I had to like rip the bottoms off. And then I grabbed those 2 dianthus. I didn't know what to do because it was only 2. So remember, the rule in planting is supposed to be odd numbers. And before, it didn't matter to me, but for whatever reason, it just kind of works. So I was like, well, I just can't put those 2 in front. So then, now we have 5 plants. And although they're not the same, it still applies, right? Yep. And so that is called Neo Star. That is a Neo Star dianthus. And so I'm going to stick these tags with just one tag with one of them. But I was thinking, I was like, oh, we're going to have a lot of pink over here. But I do have my Buddleias that bloom purple. And, oh, the bellflower. Did I mention the bellflower? So we planted the bellflower where the hellebore was, which also has that a stilby that will grow under it. So I think that will do nice there. And guess what? If it doesn't, we will have to move it. And so another update on our rose. The rose is still growing. I don't want to plant it up until I'm sure that that is where I'm going to put it. So that's why I'm kind of taking my time with it. So yeah, so you know what, sunshines, I'm gonna just end it there. That was a lot of work, and I'm okay with a lot of work, but I don't know if it's gonna rain again. I think it looks absolutely fabulous. I'm gonna actually water some of them, and there were some things that dianthus didn't need water, but I'm gonna water everything. And oh, and just so you know, when I was planting, I was using fertilizer. I was using Rejuvenate fertilizer for everything except for the Mamie's peonies. With the peonies, I use some, what's that, mill bone. That's what I use, bone meal. I use bone meal for that to help develop the roots. I wish I would have used it when I planted up the other ones, but it's okay. I think no matter what, it will all do great. But like I said, I'm going to head inside. I really didn't plan to do all this today, but I'm glad I got it done because there's so many other plants and things to do and maintenance to do. And so don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to leave a comment because you know I will talk back. And don't forget to subscribe. If you've done all of those things, I want to say thank you. If you have not, please consider. But until next time, friends, or sunshines as I like to call you all. Bye. Blessings. Bye. I'm tired. You see how many times I messed up my ending? Blessings, you guys. Bye.